One of the things that holds us back in these times of change and uncertainty is our overthinking mind. We get paralyzed by overthinking and overanalyzing. You want to boost your career, want to leave your job and try something completely different, want to start a business or grow your business, or get out of the rat race altogether and start living a life of meaning and contribution. But as you start feeling good about the possibilities of things, the mind starts analyzing, overanalyzing, overthinking, and coming up with all these obstacles, problems, and hurdles. And you get nowhere, being held back by this idea that we need to wait for the right moment, just the right moment, just the perfect time, the perfect job, and the perfect opportunity. Let me share with you a story that I think it can help. My message is pretty simple. Stop waiting for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist, and start running. Enjoy this clip. Anybody overthink? Everybody overanalyze? Well, this one's for you. So I was in India. I had asked my cousin. I said, it was some years ago. I said, my cousin, I want to do what locals do here. I want to take a bus. And he said, why would you want to do that? I said, well, this is what everybody does. Takes a bus to go from point A to point B. And he said, okay, all right, we'll go to the bus stop. So we go to the bus stop. It's on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. We stand. There's not really a seat, or there's a little pole, but it doesn't tell you much. You sort of have an idea that there's supposed to be a bus coming. So we're waiting with a few other people, and he says, all right, get ready. I said, yeah, I'm ready, So he says, the bus is coming. And so I look over to my right. There's this bus that is dirty. It's completely full, and it's barreling down the road. People are hanging with their fingernails on the metal frames outside of this bus. There's no seats, and I look through the dirty windshield, okay? The driver has no intention of stopping, okay? So the bus is coming this way, and everybody is like this. And I said, what's going on? He's like, you gotta run. I said, I'm gonna run, there's no seats. I said, how am I supposed to get on this bus? He says, just go. I said, this is impossible. So the bus, what happens is in India, the bus speeds up, slows down a little bit, then it picks up speed, and you gotta catch it. I said, there's no way I'm getting on this bus. First of all, there's no seats. There's no seat. Where do you sit? It was completely full. So the bus went by, and my mouth is on the floor, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is not what I signed up for. And so, and he stops running. He says, what happened? I said, there's no seats on this bus. How am I supposed to sit down? I'll stand, but there's no place to stand. So he says, no, that's the way it is. That's all the same. I said, no. I'm going to wait. There's got to be some, fewer people, little seat, something to stand on. And he said, nope, they're all the same. So we wait for the second bus. And he's like, all right, whatever, So second bus comes, same exact scene. Everything is full. There's no seats whatsoever. And I'm saying, is this a busy time? Is it traffic? What's the deal? And it wasn't. It was just normal. That's just the normal it is. So the second bus is coming, in the mind. Oh, Bob, what are you doing? You try to catch the bus, you get hurt on the dirt road, you hit a knee, you go to the hospital. Have you seen the needles over here? God knows if they reuse needles. You're gonna, nobody knows where you are. How do you get in touch with anybody? So my mind is creating these scenarios, you see these hospitals. This is a delight to be here with the Navasink River here. But you go, so the bus goes by, and my cousin is really upset. He's like, this is ridiculous. You're not from around here. You are an American now. You can't do this. And I said, no, I'm a New Yorker, okay? And I can do anything. So finally, the third, so I said, one more time. So there's got to be third bus comes, same scene. Completely full, they're little fingernails. If you see the cover, you should see the cover of my book because it's that bus, okay? You'll see the cover of the book. So the bus is coming, and again, Bob, what are you doing? You're an executive. You don't need to do this. You get the idea. It's crazy here. You've seen this before. You can tell a good story to people, and that'll be it. And then, my mind was stuck thinking and thinking and thinking. And creating these scenarios that never happen. They never happen. Do these scenarios ever happen? No. But the mind creates it and makes it feel like it's happening. And so I was just frozen solid. And then I noticed this, a little older woman who was running. So I said, if she can do it. So I just to break the craziness, I said, all right, I'll pretend to run. So I started pretending, and I found myself, as soon as I lifted my foot and I started getting into the moment and the movement, my mind thinking slowed down. That's what happens. So my mind thinking slowed down, and so I was running. I found myself running, and I caught a piece of the bus. I got on the bus. I was so happy. I had no idea where my cousin was, or if we were going in the right direction, or where I buy a ticket. I had no idea. And I actually slipped. I was about to fall off, and somebody helped me back on the bus. And it was the greatest experience of my life. It was so wonderful. So here's the lesson. When we wait for perfection, we get nowhere in life, because there is no such thing as perfection. There's no perfect job, career, life, spouse, anything. There's nothing that's perfect. I was waiting for a perfect bus, and life went by, and I wasn't on it. When we start running and taking action and moving forward, we will have the best experience of our life. There is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is an illusion of our mind trying to bring order to life which has none. There's nothing that's perfect. So imperfection's okay. Go ahead. And you know that. You're nurses. You deal with all of these things all day. So I get it. So that's the lesson that I learned, is you have to move forward. You have to stop waiting. Because once you do, and know that once you start moving, if you happen to fall, the universe will give you a hand up. Some way, shape, or form. There's somebody always in life, like that story I had with Ben when I was slipping down the spiral of doubt and anxiety. He called me out of nowhere. And I said, yes, you have to be open to that. And so for me, that was really powerful, is to stop waiting for the perfect economy, the perfect this, the perfect that. Let me tell you, I'm not perfect. My wife knows that very well, by the way. And I can tell you that once you move forward, you're going to have the best time of your life.